Hello and welcome to Salzburg and Christmas in July. It's pleasantly cool here in the Residenzplatz at just before 8 o'clock in the morning. But the temperatures recently have been up to 35 degrees, and I'm talking centigrade, not Fahrenheit. But we had a huge storm last night, so the air is a little bit cooler and clearer this morning. I'm in Salzburg with my family for a few days, and I've got plans to go to the Salzburg Christmas Museum later on today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you do, why don't you buy me a coffee? You'll find a link to the coffee buying in the description underneath this video, or better still, why don't you join my special YouTube club? If you want to know more about the perks about joining my club, let me know in the comments and I'll explain a little bit more. This is the cafe Glockenspiel, and if you look above those central hydrangeas, it says in the background Salzburger Museum, Salzburg Christmas Museum. I'm just checking out the opening hours for the museum. I'm going to be using my Salzburg card to get free entry, and if you're planning to visit Salzburg for more than a day, I'd advise that you get a card too, because it allows you free entry to lots of museums in town and free access to public transport. So the museum is open from Wednesday to Sunday, 10 AM to 6 PM. Do you see what I see? Christmas in Salzburg. Let's see what's in the window. Well, as you can see from the door, it's Christmas and Easter together. Check out all those hand-painted, individually crafted, hanging Easter eggs. €12.90. Absolutely beautiful. And some crystal charms too. Now, I recently bought myself a crystal Christmas decoration from the Wedgwood factory. If you'd like to find out more about that video, I'll leave a link to it in the description under this one. Now let's head on to Christmas. Starting at the front door, Fröhliche Weihnachten. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments whether I've pronounced that incorrectly. Just checking out on the opening hours, and sadly, I don't think the shop is open today, so we'll just have to content ourselves with looking through the window. And what a window it is. I don't quite know where to start. Now, should I buy myself a Christmas bauble with Salzburg on it? Mozart with Father Christmas. Let me know in the comments whether anything catches your eye. I rather like this one, with scenes from Salzburg and good old Father Christmas too. We've got ballerinas and horses, pianos, and cars, and beautifully decorated baubles too. I'm assuming these have been hand painted. The face of Mozart, some florals, a little boy on a rocking horse, an angel in a snow globe. Look at these big baubles at the back. They really are lovely. And over here, there's cowbells with a red and white check, and cherubs. And you'll have to remind me the correct German name for that. You put candles, nightlights in little gold dishes, and the hot air draft propels the helicopter wings around little Christmas scene. I think that's probably for Advent. And next to it, is that one of these German smokers? The little wooden gentleman. And next to him, the Alpine house. Good old Father Christmas again, with the red, green and white behind. Mary and Joseph, €24.90. And then with the baby Jesus. So many lovely Christmas delights. Not one, but two. And this time the store is called Christmas and Easter, with a Christmas story to one side with little fairy lights on it and a golden bow. And then lots of beautiful white Christmas baubles hanging down. Let's take a look. These white baubles are almost like lace work. I'm guessing they're glass, with intricate patterns all over them. Absolutely beautiful. I need to check out the times of this shop and see whether I can get in later. Can you see all the ones behind? A cloud of white. A parade of nutcrackers. And then down below, more Easter eggs. €7.90. But in that lovely, subtle white and silver theme. Probably suitable for all year round decoration. So $7.90 in the centre of the screen. And the ones over to this side are €6.90. In fact, I think I prefer those. And I wonder whether I can see a price on the ones in front. These are the glass baubles that are hanging up in the shop front. What do you reckon that says? €9.90? For ease of conversion, I'd say that was £9.90, rounded down a little bit. Perhaps £8.50, £9. A little bit of colour in the centre of the display. And these decorations all displayed on some winter twigs. A little fake tree. What can you spot? Father Christmas on a parachute. Mozart in his red and white. I can see ice skates and dinosaurs. A little poodle too. A VW camper van. And there's Miss Poodle. A highly glazed, what I'm assuming is a hand-painted bauble there, depicting scenes from Salzburg, including the fortress on the top of the hill. Some folksy looking nutcracker gonks. A little gingerbread house. Do you think that's a smoke burner too? And then up above, some metallic, glittery pine cones. After a full day of sightseeing, I went back to the Christmas Museum using my Salzburg card, so I got in for free. So the museum was upstairs, all darkly lit, with lovely Christmassy music playing in the background, and it was divided up into different sections, and this is the first section, all about Advent calendars. Let me know in the comments whereabouts in the world you are and how you celebrate over the festive period. For instance, do you mark St. Nicholas Day and give gifts to your children? Do you swap gifts on Christmas Eve, or save them like we do for Christmas Day? I was really intrigued by the next part of the museum, based around Christmas markets and a tiny little Christmas village had been set up. It was a delight to have a look round it, and I was particularly taken with the little market stall selling Christmas baubles, as I'd spent a good 20 minutes or so early in the morning checking out the two Christmas shops that I showed you the shop windows of at the beginning of this video. Well, I'd heard of the tradition of St Nicholas gifting toys to children on St Nicholas Day on the 6th of December. I'd never heard about Krampus, who was the opposite of all things good. Do you remember spotting the Christmas pyramid that I showed you in the first shop window at the beginning of the video? Well, there's a delightful exhibition of all sorts of these Christmas pyramids, where you light the candles and the hot air draft turns the propellers around at the top of the pyramid. I wonder whether you've got one at home. I have seen these in charity shops nearby me, nothing tall and elaborate like this, just something on one level. And then here, going back to Christmases past, with a real live wax candles attached to a Christmas tree with a little clip. What baking do you do for the festive period? I like to make my own Christmas cake, and on Christmas Eve, when all the presents have been wrapped and put under the tree, I make mince pies and eat some warm and save the rest for Christmas morning. Perhaps you're a gingerbread fan and make yourself a gingerbread house, or perhaps even decorations to hang from your tree. I was really intrigued by all these biscuit cutters and these little Christmas moulds. These would have been used for pressing the biscuit or the gingerbread dough inside, so you got the imprint of the Father Christmas, or whatever shape it was, on the front side of your biscuit. And I think perhaps these are chocolate moulds, Father Christmas or St Nicholas on one side, and then Krampus with the horns on the other. And then on to my favourite bit of Christmas, which is decorating the Christmas tree. So originally trees would have been decorated with edible ornaments, meringues, apples, nuts, and of course candles. And over that time that changed to the decorative ornaments which we know today. I do hope you've enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments which your favourite Christmas or Advent tradition was, and which of the Christmas baubles I should be buying for my tree this year. That's all from me for now, and I'll see you again next time.